Hi lovely souls, my name is Samanthajamezz. Welcome to my channel. Today we have an 18 plus pick a card for you, and it's going to be what do people find sexy and attractive about you. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Now if you're new to pick a cards, what you're going to do is pause the video and figure out whichever pile or crystal you're drawn to the most. Go down below in the description box, find your timestamp, and I will see you all at your reading. Hello group number 1, if you chose this crystal, this is for you. This is an 18 plus. What do they find sexy and attractive about you? Let's start with your tarot, and you will have the option to extend, y'all. Extensions are good if the reading is resonating and you want more rated R content. I can only kind of keep it PG-13 here, although I do feel like I push it with my vocabulary. So if you guys are like adults and you want to talk like adults and this reading is like talking about your whole ass life, go check out that extended. If not, if it's not resonating, there's no need to check out the extended. There will be more videos on the channel that are free, and one of these days one of them will hit. So with that said, let's get into it. Group number 1, starting with your tarot. To start, we have the 9 of Cups, the Chariot, the Emperor, the Empress, the 6 of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, so group number 1. Well, to start with the 9 of Cups, people find it very attractive that you are self-fulfilled, that your cups are full all by yourself. You might take yourself out on dates, you might like your alone time, you might like hit the gym, and people really think like you're Miss Independent or Mr. Independent, and they really enjoy that. Because of your self-fulfillment, because you are cool, you know, with yourself and with the world around you, you're not really invested in drama, which means people really like to talk to you. They really like to confide in you. You're probably the friend that people come to for advice. People feel like they can really open up to you. You're probably even like, let's take it a step further, you're really cuddly as well. Maybe you're like a hugger, maybe even like your best friend comes and you're on the couch drinking some wine with them, like talking about the tea. You're a really good listener. And I know that's not necessarily like the definition of the 9 of Cups, but I love how this is illustrated here, because it almost goes to show that if you are happy and self-fulfilled, you don't have this need to make other people feel like shit. You don't have this like insecurity where you have to like spill the tea and all the drama. Because you're so self-fulfilled, you make an incredible mediator. I'm hearing Libra. Some of you guys are Libra. I'm not really seeing that necessarily in the cards, but I'm hearing Libra, and it's that ability to listen but also kind of take in both sides before speaking on something. And I just feel like you guys give really good advice, and you're so content with your own life that you just make a great friend, a great partner, a great girlfriend, so people, or boyfriend. So people really enjoy that aspect to you. They also like your intimacy and your ability to be intimate. They feel like, you know, because you're self-fulfilled and your cups are full, you're able to really because of that, you know, you don't have any need to like get at people. I feel like I've had some bad luck a few times in my life where I had some friends that were like completely unhappy, and they would try to sabotage me, or they would be jealous, or I felt like I could confide in them, but it really turned out that they were just like listening so that they could use information against me to other people. And so you guys, I'm getting the exact opposite vibe. Like, you guys are genuine, you're authentic, you're trustworthy, you quite literally are a good person, and people see that about you and they find it to be very attractive. They also like that you're not needy. Like, you are happy and self-fulfilled. Like, have you ever met someone and they're just like so beautiful and so cool and so happy, and you're like, whoa, they must have an incredible life? And then you kind of find out more about them and they don't really have an incredible life. They're just pretty, like, they have a normal life, or their parents have a normal income, or whatever it is. You thought they were so spectacular and so stand out from the crowd, but they're just like, there's nothing too standoutish about them other than the fact that they're just a great person. So this energy emulates from you like an aura, and people sense that. They know that. And I feel like for some of you, I mean, if we want to get deep about it, you have attracted people that needed help and that started drama because you have these healing properties and they wanted to take advantage of that. So, you know, we could talk about that for a while, but let's keep it light. Let's keep it positive in this reading. I think that just mainly what I'm trying to highlight, group number one, is how you guys have this beautiful spirit, and people, they want to talk to you. They feel like they can talk to you and confide in you. They feel like you're like a homie to them. We have the Chariot. So I think there's something about you that is very, I don't know. You know, it's interesting. The illustrations in this deck. First of all, this was one of my first tarot decks I ever got. And if you are just learning tarot, this is not the deck for you, because the illustrations make no fucking sense if you actually really know what the cards say. And then once you become more advanced as a tarot reader, the illustrations are actually kind of metaphoric and really cool, and you can use that to your ability. But this is throwing me off with the Chariot because she's kind of like sleeping. And I'm actually thinking just the opposite. The opposite about you is that you are very, very driven, and you are not afraid to go towards your goals. I think also something about you, group number one, makes people also driven. So for some of you, you're quite literally in a relationship, and this person you're in a relationship with really wants to like be dominant in this reading, and I'm trying to make this about people in general and what they think about you, but this person in particular that you're dating, group number one, wants to be the theme of this relationship and how they think about you. And this person loves these two things about you, like the Nine of Cups and the Chariot. They there's something about you that makes them want to get into their car and drive towards you. Like, does that make any sense? Am I making any sense? I don't know if I'm making any sense right now, but I'm just getting this imagery and this vibe that like people, because of the person you are and the shit you'll do for people recognize that and they want to do it back. So for example, like you would be willing to get in your car, pick up your friend who's crying over a guy or going through something, right? You are just really incredible that way. So people want to do the same for you. If you needed help, or if you needed to call someone and you needed a ride or something, they would get in their car and come for you because you're worth that. You're worth that and more. And like, that's the least people can do to repay you. All right, I'm going to end that because I don't know where I'm going with that, but that I guess is a message for some of you. Now we have the Emperor and the Empress. This is fucking cool because I'm not going to split it. I'm not going to say, oh, people think you're the Empress, or oh, people think you're the Emperor. You could be a man watching or a woman watching, but you embody both the masculine and feminine energies very well. You have this gorgeous balance. And one of the things that's really cool about this balance is that you don't really need anybody. Like, if you are in a relationship, your person knows that you don't need them. You want them, you want to be with them, but you don't fucking need them. You are the man and the woman. You are the woman and the man. You got it all, honey. And I feel like on top of it, you guys are fucking stylish as fuck. But this feminine and masculine energy, this duality, this balance that you have, and trust me, you guys, it's all about balance. Don't be neither one nor the other, because neither one nor the other has extreme flaws. In my last video, Blessings Coming to You, in group number 2, I talked about the difference between masculine and feminine energy. It doesn't mean you're a dude or you're a girl or you're a girly girl or you're a dude. It doesn't mean that at all. It's actually about energy. The masculine is someone who fights and chases and is very ego driven. Now, ego is necessary, which is why we have it, but too much ego, obviously, completely unnecessary. Whereas the feminine energy is supposed to sit in her place and let things come towards her. She attracts things. She doesn't go after them and fight them. She is the gatherer, and the Emperor is the hunter. So the difference between feminine and masculine energy. Although sitting too much in one place is not productive either. So it's good to have this balance of a driving force versus an attracting force. And there's something about you, group number 1, where you have this beautiful duality, and people really take note of that. They know that you are not afraid to cuss a bitch out, but at the same time, you'll listen, you'll hear them out because you have compassion and empathy. So it's like you could be the dad and the mom. You could be a single mom raising kids. You could be a single father raising kids, and you could play both roles. So to me, this kind of symbolizes how you have this duality. You are the princess, you are the queen and the king. You're the leader. Kind of reminds me of like Kylie Jenner and how she's like King Kylie and not Queen Kylie. And I really like the king usage here because it's like, fuck that. Like, why can't a woman be king? That kind of thing. So I just feel like you guys have that duality, and people find that very, very attractive about you. And I'm seeing a lot of little 18 plus details here as well of what people think is attractive about you. You guys, I'm going to get way more into that in the extended, just because I do want to keep it a little PG-13 here, but people are attracted to you. You're very sexy, whether you're a man or a woman. If you're a woman, you're just very, very feminine. You have an hourglass figure, you have curves, you have really beautiful full breasts, you have really nice style. Maybe you like to wear heels and accessorize, maybe you have long flowing hair. If you are a man, you're very tall, very muscular, very wide, very masculine. Maybe you can grow a really nice beard. Maybe you have a really nice watch or accessories yourself, something along that line. With the Six of Pentacles, I feel like you guys are very generous on top of everything. You care about people. Some of you guys take care of your families, and other people take note of that. Like, wow, she or he takes care of their family and pays their bills and does all these things. You could be very charitable, very philanthropic. People notice that. They just also notice that you have a really kind heart, really pure intentions, and that you just really are a giver. You're not, you're not like a mean person. You're not greedy. You're not like, this is mine, this is mine. With the Hermit, I feel like you guys are on the introverted side. Although you have this magnetic and gorgeous aura and energy that is very far-reaching, I feel like on the other side of that, you guys are very introverted. And that introversion, I feel like, is really cool to people because it allows them to kind of understand maybe how you haven't had things handed to you. How I mentioned earlier with that little example, like you come off so complete, so full, and people are like, damn, they probably had a really privileged life. And then as they get to know you, they're like, oh shit, they really fucking haven't. They've just done a shit ton of self-work and healing in order to be this fabulous person. So with the Hermit, it kind of shows me that you have this element of darkness to you. You have an element of pain, an element of secrecy, an element of that hermit mode in which you are introverted. You are like that traditional hermit card with the lantern in the darkness. You keep yourself warm, you keep yourself light, you keep yourself to yourself. You in spirit have conversations, you go inward to talk to God, you retreat. You might be extroverted and go on a vacation with all your friends, but then after you come back, you need a moment to yourself. So people really kind of appreciate that. They think there's some spiritual and really cool element to you that, I think is your grounding practice. It's your ability to be everything that you are in your public persona and demeanor, however, at the same time, keeping yourself sane and keeping yourself happy. With the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like you have had and attracted a lot of different partners towards you, and those partners have always felt maybe the same common denominator, and that's that you are someone that they could build a foundation with, someone that they could really see themselves being with. I wouldn't doubt that every person that has ever crossed your path has fallen in love with you and tried to be in a relationship with you, and probably even was like, I could totally see us getting married. And it's not that you guys have always reciprocated or anything. It's more so just that you have this element to you where people really can see it being a solid connection. This could also represent that people see you being someone who does have a solid foundation for yourself. You could be in your young 20s and they just see that you're building a life and you're building a business or a brand and you're really working on yourself. And so people really take note of that. But for a lot of you in specific, I do see that you're in a long-term relationship and your person thinks everything that I have said about you and more, but they really like, your relationship that you guys have with each other, that you guys are very intimate, you're best friends, you tell each other everything. Okay, so for the astrological cards here, we have Cancer, Gemini, and Sagittarius. Now, this doesn't have to be the only signs. We have Taurus, we have Pisces, Scorpio, we have Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Okay, so with Cancer here, you have that loving, compassionate, empathetic energy. The energy is emotional, sensitive, caring, loving. It may concern family, a mother, or a child. So you would make incredible daughter or son, or an incredible mother or father. You're very concerned about your family. Home is your base. I see that sometimes you are a homebody with the Hermit card, but people do find that very attractive about you. On top of being this beautiful, emotional, sensitive creature, you are a spark plug with the Gemini and Sagittarius. Your energy is communicative, mischievous, lively, witty, and informative. Stimulating exchange is possible. So you might have some, literally your Mercury placement is Gemini, how you communicate, or your moon or something like that. But people think that not only are you this like warm and sensitive being, but you're also fucking sharp. You're on it. You can communicate. You're lively. You're witty. You're this debonair. And with Sagittarius, not only are you both of those things, but you're fucking sexy and stylish and unique and authentic and original, and you walk your own fucking path. You're in your own damn lane. This energy imbues power, superior confidence, and enthusiasm with faith, good fortune, and authority. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. We have kyanite. Make time for self-care. Taking care of yourself is essential. And fluorite. So these are 2 crystals I would recommend working with, group number 1. Natural beauty and authenticity. So one of the things that people think is beautiful and sexy about you is the fact that you're just naturally beautiful and sexy and authentic. You might not wear makeup. You might not do anything to your hair. You might not even get your nails done. If this is a girl watching, if you're a guy, you might keep it rugged. You might not even trim your hair. You might not even shave. You might not even work out and just have a natural 6-pack. It's that kind of thing. Your skin, from anything from your skin complexion to just like who you are, you're just this natural beauty. And then people also see that you do make time for self-care, and that's that hermit mode. So it's more of a spiritual sense in that people notice that you really take care of yourself. You guys might be writers. You might journal. People might see that you manifest, or maybe you're very abundant and financially equipped and you're very organized, and people take note of that. And people also might take note that you like go on walks. I know that's kind of random, but maybe they see that you're super into nature, or you have a dog or a cat. Maybe you walk a cat, I don't know, that you walk and you just really are not afraid to be out alone, taking a walk, getting some coffee, getting yourself lunch. Like, you don't care. You're not afraid to be alone. And people really, really take note of that. All right, group number 1, that was gorgeous. Meet me over in the extended. We're going to get into what people think are sexy about you, like more 18 plus details. And because I am sensing a relationship or a person's strong energy in this reading, I'll be talking a little more specific about them. But nonetheless, I'm just going to be pulling a lot more cards here. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you all in the extended. Hi, group number 2, if you chose this speckled, whatever this is for you. This is an 18 plus. What do people find sexy and attractive about you? And you will have the option to extend. Just because of group number 1, it's looking like the extensions are, if you like have a person, it's going to be a little more personal about your person and what they find sexy and attractive about you. But in this one, I'm going to keep it general. I'm going to keep it light. I'm going to keep it tight. All right, let's get into it. We're going to start with your tarot cards. To start, we have the Wheel. We have the 6 of Wands. We have the King of Wands. We have the 8 of Pentacles. We have the 2 of Wands. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Wands. All right, so we have a good split here. You could be a woman or a man watching this. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. I'm so sorry. And yeah, we have a lot of that. We also have some Pentacle energy, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Again, none of these have to be your sign. They can be in your chart somewhere, and in your chart it can be placements in which are very important to this reading. All right, let's get into it. Group number 1. So what people find sexy about you first and foremost is your ability to transform. If something isn't working for you, you are going to change it, and you're not going to stop until it is changed. You might go through many different phases in your life. You might be the type of person who changes your hair and does piercings and then doesn't do piercings, and tattoos and then covers them and then does other tattoos or stuff like that. Like, you're always changing, always evolving. People really like that ass. I'm going to save a lot of that kind of stuff for the extension because my last 2 videos got flagged. So I have to actually be a lot more careful than I thought I had to be. But so there is a lot here, you guys, for group number 2 about your body and your sexuality. If that's something that interests you, definitely check out the extended. But people think that you are very attractive, very fiery, very sexy. People like your confidence. They like, your ability to like admire yourself almost. Maybe you take a lot of selfies. Maybe you look at yourself in the mirror. Maybe you have this Paris Hilton vibe where you like love yourself, and people dig that. They're kind of like, damn, like, well, he really fucking loves himself. Some of you guys could be in a relationship. Some of you guys could be dating someone right now. They definitely think you're sexy. People also like how you make people put in work for you in your relationship. So this could be like a friendship, it could be a relationship, but you're not one to chase after people. People have to come kind of chase after you. You're kind of hard to get on any level. But I feel like it's because you guys are busy. Like, you're constantly doing something, whether it be traveling, hanging out with friends, or literally working. I feel like some of you guys are workaholics. Others of you guys are just very shy, and like, it's hard for you to put down your walls, and so it kind of translates as like you don't need them, or you're like really sassy, but it's actually that you're just really shy. People think that you're a huge flirt, like you are flirty, your body language is flirty. Maybe group number 2, you're cracking me up. For some of y'all, I see that you piss some people off because of the flirtiness. Like, you might look at someone's man a little too flirty. It might not even be on purpose. It just might be that that's what people think. But I'm kind of getting that vibe. Again, I think you guys just have this natural sexuality to you. It's kind of like a Kristen Stewart type of thing. Like, she's just naturally, like, she's kind of like, you put her against like a million other bitches and it's like, okay, whatever. But it's the way that she talks and moves, and like, it's just kind of her essence. So, you know, she's not even trying to be super sexy. She just fucking is. So it's kind of like that vibe. And if you hate the references I made, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to like say you are Paris Hilton or you are Kristen Stewart or whatever, because I realize like who they are to society, but just take it with a grain of salt. And some of you guys are bloggers, or like you have a large audience and people watch you, like your every move. I think some people also really think that what is attractive about you is you're very stylish. You have a really nice style. You are constantly on to the next sort of adventure and passion, and you kind of live your life very fearlessly. You guys are very present in the present moment. All you care about is the now, and it gives people like a burst of energy when they talk to you or meet you. I think in your kind of inner circle, you are very intimate, you're very sweet, you're very loving, you're a hugger, you're a cuddler. I feel like you are someone that people can talk to, they can confide in, people can really open up to you and tell you their innermost, darkest secrets. On your outer demeanor and how you present yourself to the world, you're very stylish, you're very sexy, you're a little intimidating because you're so sexy. Some of you guys are very voluptuous, like you have a really big ass, really big titties, really small waist, like hourglass type of figure. You guys could be really tall as well if you're a woman. Man as well, you could be very tall if you're a man, very fucking muscular. So on either side, you're very intimidating, but we'll get more into that in the extended. But people also, and then some of you guys have insecurities about your body, but people don't even see them. Like, you might be insecure about like your stomach or your rolls or whatever it is, but people don't even notice it. And then some of you guys have really incredible confidence that it's like, if you are overweight or you feel some type of way about yourself, people don't even notice it, because it's like you are just so like who you are and you own it. For your oracle, for your astrological oracle, we have Pisces and Leo. The energy is wistful, endlessly loving, compassionate, and forgiving. It confuses and softens resolve. And for Leo, the energy is flamboyant, dramatic, proud, and passionate. It focuses on the importance of self-belief. So you might have this duality, like you could be like a Leo Pisces moon type thing. On the outside surface, like you're very big and proud and you have a lot of energy, but on the inside, in your innermost circle, you're very thoughtful and sweet and caring. So I think you embody both characteristics. We have clear quartz, let yourself feel all of your emotions. Emerald, ceremonies and celebrations. And sugilite, own your divine power. So people see that because you live so much in the present moment, you're not afraid to feel what you're feeling. If you want to cuss out a bitch, you're going to cuss out a bitch. If you want to cry randomly, you're going to cry randomly. Like, I don't feel like you guys are the type to take it all the way back home into the closet and then let it out. You guys are going to feel how you feel in the moment, and that is final. So I feel like you guys are very expressive in that, and people are like, damn, this person really is expressive. Some people might see that you're always partying, or you're always at a wedding, you're always on vacation, you're always celebrating, or maybe life is just one big celebration to you, and that's something that people really admire. You might have a really big friend circle. And then we have own your divine power, Sigilite. Replace codependent people pleasing with assertiveness and empowerment. So people love that you are just very confident, you own it, whatever it is that you're insecure about, you own it. You just have this endless confidence and fire in your belly, and it's really gorgeous to see. We have look at the stars, dance, and create art. So some of you guys, we have some dancers here, we have some artists, some painters. Some of you guys are very expressive in your painting, in your dancing, and you let yourself feel your emotions through all of that. So you might be really into astrology, and people might take note of that maybe on your Instagram or your Twitter. You're always talking about astrology, or you're talking about the retrogrades, or all the different things that are sort of happening, and the stars, and maybe you like to manifest with that. Maybe you're really interested in asking people what their sign is, and so you have this very spiritual element to you, this curiosity that people really enjoy and people really love. Some of you guys have, like I mentioned earlier, you have tattoos, and you have like a uniqueness about you. You dye your hair different colors, you have tattoos, you do your nails really cool, you have art, you're just very artistic, and you kind of live your life that way. You live your life in all of your art and all of yourself, and you're just very free and freedom loving, and it's very refreshing. It's almost like a huge burst of energy, especially to people who are a little more introverted and routined and confined. You're like such a different animal to them. They're like, whoa, how does she do it? How he or she does it? But I think nonetheless, people are just really in admiration of you. All right, group number 2, I love you so much. I'm going to carry this over to the extended, and we're going to talk about the 18 plus juicy details of all of this. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you all in the extended. Hi, group number 3. If you chose this black obsidian is actually low-key my favorite crystal. This is for you. What do people find sexy and attractive about you? This is an 18 plus, but it's a little PG-13. We're going to get into all the juicy 18 plus details in the extended, and it's been pretty juicy. The tea, you guys, the tea. All right, let's start with your tarot cards. To start, we have the Ace of Wands. Well, to start, you're fucking sexy. We have Justice, Temperance, the Magician, lots of major arcana. So the way people think about you is very significant in that people probably think about you often, or they check up on you. Maybe you've made a very big impact on like everyone that you've come across in your lifetime. We have the Fool, the Two of Cups, and the Hierophant. Lots of major arcana here. Group number 3, what people find attractive about you is you're not afraid to speak your mind. You're a very great communicator. Maybe you have a large audience in which you communicate to. Some of you guys could quite literally be motivational speakers. Others of you could just be, not afraid to tell it like it is. Some of you guys are really into lingerie. That's like a side note. And if that's the truth, then we'll get more into that in the extended. But yeah, bondage, kinkiness, all that stuff. In fact, what's coming out in the extended, what's very interesting is more so like the interpersonal relationship impact and what they think and feel about you and what they think is sexy about you. So a lot of like who you have fucked in like the past, or like who you're in a relationship with, who you're dating, is coming out in the extendeds, at least for group number 1 and 2. So that's very interesting. And I do kind of sense that might come out in yours as well, group number 3. But there's people out there like your family and friends and associates and whatnot who have not fucked you. So it's not like this is more what they think of you type thing. A lot of people think that you're very balanced, you're very fair, you're a great mediator. Shout out to my Libras out there. You're really good at looking at both sides of the situation. Maybe you don't maybe you don't take your advice, but you give really good advice, and you don't like take it for yourself, but you make a great person to come to when it is time for some girl talk or some guy talk or whatever it is. I just feel like people want to come to you and see what you have to think about the situation. And because you're not afraid to speak your mind with that Ace of Swords, and you have this like great communicative element to you, you make really good solid points. You wake people up out of their own kind of like self-pity or bullshit. I feel like you're not necessarily like trying to sugarcoat anything. I think you guys are truth seekers. You're really interested in like sharing the truth with people, but it's just very interesting how it kind of all comes out in the end in this big picture, and how you're able to really help people by looking at both sides of the situation. Like, how some friends you're just like, I'll always take your side no matter what it is. And then there's other friends that are like nope, this is the truth, you need to hear it. That's the kind of person you are, group number 3. With Temperance, I feel like you guys are very patient. Like, you guys know that things take time and that Rome wasn't built in a day, and you have this ability to be patient in a world in which is not very patient. Like, everything is move, 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 fast, 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 boom, 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 bam, bam, bam. And you guys are like, yep, it will happen. It will happen. Like, that's who you guys are. And you have this, it's more than patience. You have temperance. You're able to let things go and put them out into the world, out into fruition, out into the universe, and manifest them, but like not be so attached to them. So you have this disattached, is that even a word? Disattachment. That's not a word, is it? You have this non-attachment type of vibe to you. In relationships, in people you're dating, like prospects, you could be like, oh, I really like this guy. That's it. And your friends are like, what is the tea? And you're like, I don't know, we'll see, I guess. Whereas like some people are like, oh my God, I met this guy, we're gonna get married and have kids, and it's already planned out on Pinterest. And like, you're just the opposite, group number 3. You guys have this like kind of inner wisdom too. You're very mature. Maybe you guys have always been told like you're wise beyond your ears. Maybe some people think that you're older than you are. You could be like 23 and people think you're 30 or whatever it is. But I do think that you guys have your own little spiritual practice. Some of you guys quite literally are witches. Literally, like you manifest, you make potions and spells, and you do spell work, spell jars, candle magic, the whole thing. I just see that you guys are into manifesting. You have this very spiritual element to yourself, where you are able to really practice magic. We have the Fool, so I feel like you guys are also fearless in that you kind of understand, if you are spiritual in this element, that you are going to chase after your desires, your dreams, whatever it may be, and you're not afraid to do that. With the Fool, I feel like, you know, you guys don't really care for the snakes in the grass. You don't really care for the pittiness and pettiness of people. You don't really care about like the drama. You have your eye on the prize, and you are going to make your way towards it. Again, with that temperance, you have that patience and that element of patience. So not only are you able to keep your eye on the prize and move forward and not pay attention to all the little, like I said, snakes in the grass and all the specks and all the details, but you're very good at like big picture resolve. Some of you guys are in a relationship or you're dating someone right now, and that person is coming out strong and they really want to be in an official relationship, but that's like a side note that might come out in the extended. But more importantly, you know, you just attract a lot of that. People want to be in a relationship with you because, you know, who wouldn't want to be? You're an incredible person, and you're beautiful and vibrant and all those things. But I feel like you guys are so in control of your own inhibitions and your own self, your own faculties, that you don't necessarily need to accept those offers, and you're not necessarily interested in accepting those offers. You're just kind of like doing you, like I said, eye on the prize, manifesting, spiritual affirmations, all of it. And all these things around you are swarming in, trying to come for you, because you're just like they're like moths to a flame, and you're just this light in a really, really dark world. We have the Hierophant here. So again, you guys have this self-commitment. You're very committed to yourself. Maybe a lot of you guys have already figured out what your destiny is, what your path is, what you're supposed to do, what you are supposed to do here on Earth in this incarnation, which is really fucking solid. So if you do know that, that's awesome. But you're very committed to yourself. You're very committed to your family. You're very committed to your spiritual practice. And I feel like you guys keep a close eye and close tabs on your inner circle, like the people that are very close to you, you really take care of. Maybe it's really indelible and really hard for people to, you know, get close to you, because you kind of already have your inner circle, you already have your family, and you're not trying to like add to it. Like you kind of want to keep it small, and it's almost like some people, their impression and view of you is that they can't get close to you. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I just think that you guys are on your own thing, doing your own thing. You guys are like lone wolves. Some of you are like, I think you guys are very positive. Like I wouldn't say anything negative, but if you do have negative thoughts about yourself, I think you would assume that you are like the black sheep of the family type vibe. Okay, so for your astrological oracle, we have Libra, which is interesting because we have justice. So Libra. This energy is diplomatic, gracious. It seeks harmony, balance, and relationships. And we have Scorpio. This energy is intense, masterful, thoughtful, magnetically charming, but also secretive and possessive. So you could be a Scorpio, Libra cusper. You could be a Libra or a Scorpio. You could have both of those in your chart. So you guys, you know, you had this magnetism. People are very curious about you, but you keep to yourself for sure. And you don't, you know, you might be friendly to everyone and nice to everyone, but you don't let everybody in. We have diamond and aquamarine. So these are really good crystals for you to work with. Diamond, shout out. We have value your self-worth and divine life purpose. Yeah, yes. Like I said, you have this self-commitment, like you know something, like you know your self-worth. You know your, like you value your self-worth, you carry yourself like you value your self-worth, but you also know something about your life purpose. Like you know that you're supposed to, you know, do something, and you're not trying to get distracted from what it is you're here to do. So you kind of have this like inner guidance, which is leading you towards your fulfillment, and you value your self-worth in return. Maybe you have a very close relationship with God. We have sex, spend time with animals, and intuition. So people think like you are very spiritual, very mystical. Like I said, some of you guys are just flat out witches out there, and you do trust your intuition. In fact, your intuition is a big part of who you are and your personality. And that's why people come to you for advice. Group number 3. Other people might view you as someone who's promiscuous. You know, I kind of mentioned in the beginning that what's happening with the extended is like the view people like you've had sex with and how they think you're sexy and attractive. And I really got that vibe with the Ace of Swords here and the Two of Cups. So you might be very promiscuous, or you might have left like a mark on everyone you've had like casual sex with, and you decided like, I don't really care about them, whatever, and like have moved on, but they haven't, and they stalk you, and they're just like, who is this person? So that's definitely going to come out in the extended, and I'm going to get more into that. And people also like, you know, how you spend time with animals. Maybe you have a dog, a cat, maybe you have lots of animals, maybe you live on a farm, whatever it is. People just really like your sensitivity towards nature and animals. And it's like, you could be very intimidating on one end, but on the other end, it's like, well, they can't be that intimidating or that mean. They're very friendly, and like they have this beautiful side to them. Okay, group number 3, I'm going to move over into the extended version. We're going to get into the juicy 18+ details of this. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. I love you, and I will talk to you guys soon.